Hey guys, today we're going to talk about how to convert fractions to decimals to percents and vice versa. We're going to go between those three representations of numbers. So this is our standard. And our learning target is we're going to understand how to transfer between fractions, decimals, and percents. So there's a lot of stuff on this page. So how do I convert fractions, decimals, and percents? We can use those three things interchangeably. Let's learn how to convert between forms. So here is a good video. It's 8.5 minutes long. So if you need help doing your work and you need to come back and watch this video on the slide deck, please do so. All right, so we're going to go from decimal to percent first. So to turn a decimal into a percent, you're simply going to move your decimal 2 places to the right. So if you will look at this one right here. So to go from 0.72 to a percent, we move that decimal 2 places to the right, 1, 2, and we get 72%. The next one, even though there's 3 numbers past the decimal, it doesn't matter. You always move it to the right 2 places, 1, 2, and that is going to equal 12.4%. The next one, 1.34, that's a decimal. You're going to change it to a percent by moving that decimal 2 places to the right, and it's 134%. Okie dokie. So how do you go from decimal to percent? Move the decimal to the right twice. Now to go from a decimal to a fraction, you're going to write the number over its place value right here. The way we would read this number is 23 hundredths. Well, that's exactly what the fraction looks like. 23 hundredths. Whatever the place of the last digit's in, that's what goes in the denominator. This one is 7/10. The 7 is in the tens position, so our denominator is a 10. And then you always will simplify if possible. All right, so you guys practice, please. I want you to pause the video. I want you to write all 5 of these decimals as percents and then turn the video back on and check your answers. All right, did you guys do it on your own? So if we move that to the right 2 places, we get 53%. The next one, 2 places to the right, we get 67.5%. 0.3, did you move it twice to the right? So that would be 30%. The next one would be not 40, but 4%. And the last one, 2 places to the right, will be 112. Whoa, I put too many ones. 112.3%. So ignore that one. Did y'all get those right? I hope you did. I bet you did. Moving on, you guys. All right, now we're going to turn these decimals into fractions. Like I said, whatever place the last digit is in, you put that that becomes your denominator. Oh, I can't speak all of a sudden, you guys. So for example, the 4 is in the tens place, but the 5 is in the hundredths. So you would say this number 45 hundredths, and that's exactly what our fraction looks like, 45 100ths. And then you always double check to make sure they are simplified. So what's our greatest common factor of 45 and 100th? That would be 5. Divide them both by 5, and we get 9/20. 9/20 is equal to 0.45 or 45%. All right, what place is this 4 in? It's in the hundredths, so we're going to put 4 hundredths. Both of those numbers are divisible by 4. So we're going to divide 4 by 4, and we get 1, and a 100 divided by 4 is 25. 1/25 is equivalent to 4 100ths. This place is the tenths place, so 2 tenths. Those are both even numbers, so we can divide them both by 2. And 2 tenths is actually equivalent to 1/5. And 67 hundredths, Well, 67 is a prime number. It has no factors besides 1 in itself, and that means this number, this fraction, is simplified, 67/100ths. All right, there's Dory. She does not want to forget. So a reminder, percent means out of 100. That's what a percent is a number compared to 100. So if we're going to go from decimal to percent, this time we're moving our decimal 2 places to the left. In other words, we're dividing by 100. So we have 50%. If you don't see the decimal, it's sitting at the end, behind it or to the right of it. So 50% as a decimal, we move that decimal 2 places to the left and we get 0.5. So 0.5 and 0.50 is the exact same number. 6%, the decimal sitting here, so we got to go 2 places. Oh, that was messy, which is equal to 0.06. And 200%, we move our decimal 2 places to the left and we get 2. That is the decimal equivalent. To write a percent as a fraction, if there's a percent sign, that means it's always out of 100. So whatever your percent is, you put it over 100. So 26%, 26 over 100, those are both even numbers. We can divide them both by 2, and we get 13/50ths. 5/100ths, because it has a percent, 5/100ths. 5 over 100, those are both divisible by 5. So simplified, we get 1/20th. 5% is the same as 1/20th. All right, so you guys pause the video. I want you to write all of these percents as decimals and then come back and check your answers. On the first one, we got 0.25. The second one is 0.1818. The next one is 0.07. I hope you didn't put 0.7. You didn't go 2 places to the left. And then the last one is going to be 1.5 or 1.50. Those are exactly the same. 1.5 or 1.50, they are equivalent to 150%. All right, so this is oh, you're going to write all these percents as fractions. Make sure they're in simplest form. Try these on your own and then come back and check your answer. All right, so the first one, we have 15/100ths. All percents are compared to 100. We can divide both of these numbers by 5, and we get 3/20ths. 3/20ths is equal to 15%. 75, hopefully you know this one by heart. 75 over 100 is 3/4. If you ate 75% of a pizza, you ate 3/4 of it. 2%, 2 compared to 100 is the same thing as 1/50th. 1/50th. And then 122%. So even though anyway, all percents they go over 100. And then if we simplify that, that would actually simplify to 1 whole with 22 left over, 22 over 100, which is the same thing as 1 11/50. 1 11/50, right? All right, what is next? From a fraction to a decimal. How do you go from a fraction to a decimal? You are going to divide the numerator by the denominator. So we always say in school, top dog in the house, top dog in the house. Whatever's on the top goes in the division box. So 2 divided by 5, it doesn't go. We add a decimal, and 5 will go into 24 times. So the decimal equivalent to 2/5 is 0.4 or 0.40, same thing. So 9/25ths, 9 divided by top dog in the house, 9 divided by 25. 25 will go into 90. What would that be? 4, no. Times 4, that would be, oh my gosh, why is my mind not working? 3. 3 times 25 is 75. And then we get a remainder of 15. And then we're going to say 25 goes into 156 times, exactly 6 times with no remainder. So 9/25 is equal to 0.36. 0.36. 3/4. Remember the 3/4 of that pizza? You ate 75% of it, or 0.75. Okay, so hopefully you know your fourths. 1/4 is 0.25. 2/4 is 0.5, 3/4 is 0.75. And then 7/4, so top dog in the house, top dog goes in the house. So 4 will go into 7 once with 3 left over. 4 will go into 37 times with 2 left over. And 4 will go into 25 times. So 7/4 is equal to 1.75. That is the answer. And it says keep dividing until you should have no remainders, unless it's a, like this, a non-terminating decimal, so repeating decimal. All right, so here's some for you guys to do. Actually, on this one, you're doing 2 things. You're going to put them first into decimals, then into percent. So please pause the video and do all of these, and then come back and check your answer. All right, so the first one, if you divide 1 by 5, you get 0.2. And then 0.2 as a percent is 20%. Did you guys get that? All right, 7 divided by 10 is 0.7, which is equal to 70%. All right, 6 divided by 5, well, I know that goes once with 1 left over. So then that would be 1.2. So 1.2, and then turn that into a percent, we get 120%. 6/25, so 6 divided by 25. That's going to go twice. So 50, 25. Is that right? No, that can't be right. 6/25. Guys, my brain just turned off. It's 24, you silly goose. Oh my gosh, y'all are probably going, it's a 4, Miss Richardson, it's a 4. All right, so anyway, I knew it wasn't 0.25. Does your brain ever just go off sometimes? Just turns off, just like a reboot. And then 7/9. So a little trick about the 9s. If the 9 is the denominator, have a repeating decimal. So it's going to be 0.77777. I know this because that's what 9s do. They turn, if this is 2 9s, it's going to be 0.22222. 3 9s is 0.33333. Guess what 4 9s is? 0.44444. So anyway, we could keep dividing all day, but basically we get about, if we rounded this up, it's going to be 0.78, and our percent would be, you could put 78%, but probably a better answer would be 77.8%, because those 7s just go on forever. All right, you guys get them right? I hope you did. All right, so here is a good Khan Academy video. If you need to watch Mr. Khan Academy himself, please do so for just a little bit more practice. And then I'm giving you guys some mixed review or mixed practice. So please follow these directions and try all of these. And then on the very next screen, I have all of those answers. All right. And then that's it. That's the end of today's video. So now you're going to have an assignment for Friday. I suggest you print the paper off, do it all on paper before you enter your answers in Canvas. That's my suggestion. And then Monday, you're going to have another one of those hilarious jokes you guys do sometimes where it's on paper. I would suggest you print it off, do it on the paper, and then go into Canvas and just type your answers in. Okay, guys? All right. I hope everyone has a great day. If I don't talk to you before the end of Friday, have a great weekend, and I will check on you guys later.